Hello everyone and welcome back to Paper Peony. I'm Kimberly Jones and I'm an independent demonstrator for Stampin' Up. Here is my third sample of showing you how I use the beautiful butterfly bundle. And this one is doing a little bit something different. I did use the embossing folder and it's a hybrid embossing folder. I'm going to show you how that you can stamp your butterfly and then run it through the embossing folder and emboss your wings. And then color your butterfly. So it makes some nice grooves where it's easy to color inside the embossed edges of your butterfly. So that's what we're going to do with this card today. I did use an iridescent ribbon on this one and colored it in a different variety of colors based on the samples in our mini catalog and our designer series paper that goes with this collection. I kind of stuck to their color scheme on this one, but today I think we're going to do some a little bolder of a butterfly. So, and as you can see, the ribbon is kind of like in a ripple effect. Kind of reminds me of the holiday candy. So I'll show you how to do that with your ribbon as well. So let's get started. The first thing is the main focus is the butterfly. So let me show you how I did that. Okay, so just pick up a scrap of basic white. You're going to mount the butterfly that comes with this stamp set. And the stamp set and the die set and the embossing folder. This whole suite can be found on page 34-35 of the mini catalog. And here is the butterfly. And it is photopolymer. It's bigger than the actual image on your cover. So you can see it's quite nice size butterfly. So you're going to use Memento ink. And you use a Memento ink when you're using our alcohol blends. Because then the black won't smear. You don't want to use StazOn when using alcohol markers because it will bleed the ink. So make sure you get your stamp real nice and juicy because this is a very big stamp. And I always, when I'm using a bigger stamp, I always do ink it upside down. That way you can see exactly where the ink is going. Okay. I bring in a silicone mat because with it being a photopolymer, it doesn't have a cushion on it like your rubber stamps do. So I want an even coverage on my butterfly. So I'm just going to bring it in, evenly press over my butterfly. And then you're left with that image. Okay, and so then after this, now this is how I did this. I'm sure there's other ways that you can do this using our embossing folder, but I'm going to show you what worked for me. So I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut around my butterfly. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I want it to cut and emboss at the same time. And when I put it in the folder, and if I have to shimmy the butterfly around, then it's going to move with me. It's not going to get caught on the edges of the embossing folder. Okay, so it's just a harsh cut. It doesn't matter. You're going to bring in your embossing folder. Embossing folders are right side up with the Stampin' Up logo. So if you flip this die cut that comes with this collection locks in to this big butterfly. Okay, and once you have that, then you're going to put your stamped butterfly there. You're going to fold it in, back side up, then flip it over and see if your image is covering or is in within that die cut. And if it's not, then you just move it around until you're happy with it. But here's what I have found is it's a lot easier to do it this way than other ways, because I did do it a different way one time and I had a huge border around my butterfly. Sometimes I got it all in and sometimes I didn't. You just want to make sure. Okay, and if you have a little bit of a border, you can always trim it out once it comes out of the embossing machine. But then you're ready to run this through your embossing machine or your die cut machine. And with our die cut machine, you have a certain layer to put on here to run it through. Okay, and I will teach that when I go over the die cut machine. Okay, so when you've die cut this out, then you're left with this butterfly. And as you can see, I hope you can see the impressions on this butterfly. See how it's kind of concaved in on these plates of the butterfly or segments. So it's really cool. And then when you take your blends, then you can just very easily, and I use the nib end when I'm coloring, you just come in and you just color it, and it's going to tell you when you're coming too close. See, like that right there, it kind of segmented out. So it's telling you when you're coming to the edge. And then you're just going to come in and color this with your blends like you want. And so I just did a variety of colors. And it's just up to you what colors you want to do it. This is Petunia Pop. Our new colors, we have really pretty bright colors. And this year in May, we're going to have some new in colors come out. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm anxious to see what they're going to come up with. So if you go over the edge like I just did, because I went too fast, then you can always pick a darker color to cover that segment. But I went ahead and colored this for the sake of the video, and this is the one that I did. And it is using Pretty in Pink, Shy Shamrock, Petunia Pop, and I want to say it's Daffodil Delight. And then I went over the edges in the basic, because I don't have the black blends, so I just used the Stampin' Right black marker to kind of darken the black edges and the center of the body. And so that's what I'm left with. Okay, so butterfly is done. Now, this here is basic white. It is measured at, let's see here. It is measured at 3 1/4 by 4. And what you're going to do, I mounted the word hello from this stamp set. Here is the stamp set in closer detail. And here is the hello, and that's what we're using on this particular project. Okay, and then I used Berry Burst ink and Pretty in Pink ink. And what I did is I started with the dark. You can do light to dark, doesn't matter. And you're just going to go across, and you're just going to stamp hello. Just alternating the words. Like that, okay? And then making sure that your ink is off of your stamp. Come in with the Pretty in Pink. And you're just going to come in and stamp on the alternate sides of the hello. Like that. Okay. And I didn't want it to be stark white going up against the Balmy Blue background, so I used Balmy Blue ink and took a blending brush. Kind of went in on my Balmy Blue and kind of just went around the edges a little bit with my Balmy Blue. Like so. And then I just kind of went in and kind of did some blue so it wouldn't be so stark white. Okay. Now, with the embossing folder, I just ran this through the embossing folder and did the background because I wanted the background butterflies on the outside. And when you do that, I'm going to show you how to fold that in because there's a trick to it. So obviously it's upside down when it's facing this direction. So you're going to turn it to the side. I only wanted the imprint on the front of the card and not both. So you're just going to run it like this, position it like you want, and let the back hang off the back of the folder. So I went ahead and scored my card before running it into the embossing folder. You can also just do like the card front of a card and just run one single piece through it and then mount it on your card front later. But I wanted the whole card to be embossed. So, okay, so then it's ready to glue this down. And you're just going to come in kind of off to the side here and glue it down. Pressing down because the front is embossed. So it's going to be where it has to grab in between that butterfly imprint. So you need to make sure you press it down really nice and good. Okay. All right. And then we're ready to glue down our butterfly, and we're just going to glue that center down and pop dot it. Now, this is what happens when you're using alcohol markers. It will bleed through your cardstock. So keep that in mind. You want a really good cardstock when coloring with our blends or any alcohol marker for that reason. But our cardstock is amazing, okay? We do also have heavy cardstock, so that may not bleed as much. So, okay, so this here is the iridescent ribbon that I used. And I thought for the sake that we have petunia here, this is our petunia pop ribbon. And I thought I would just try this today on this one and see which one looks the best. So we're gonna glue one flat down first. And using my Stampin' seal, I'm just going to come in and kind of just do like a little line across my ribbon, making sure it's going to glue to the side, like so. And then I'm going to bring in another piece. And here's how I did this side, the ruffle effect, okay? You're going to take glue dots. Let me find my glue dots. I just had them. Okay, here they are. And you're going to take mini glue dots, okay? And so you're going to start at the bottom. You're going to do a glue dot, okay? Stick it to the bottom. And then start where you're going to start on your card front. Then you're going to do a little ruffle. Put your finger where you know you want your glue dot to go. Come in with another glue dot. And glue it down. Then do another ruffle or another lift. Do your glue dot. Move your butterfly out of the way. And then down. It doesn't matter if it's just perfect because sometimes it kind of gives it some character when it's not perfect. Okay, and then you're going to come in and do the same. Okay, and you can keep going if you want, but because that's 3 and it looks centered to me, I'm just going to come in and cut those tails off. So we're going to cut this off like so. Let me use my paper snips. Okay. Can't find them. So we're just going to do this. There's that one. And move this out of the way. And then you're going to come in and you're going to flip this upside down. And you're going to cut that excess ribbon off. Okay. Now, what you can also do, and I do this quite often, is take a lighter, come close, not real close, just to the edge of your ribbon, and it cinches the edges, and so now it won't fray on me. And it automatically took it to the card, okay? So, I love that because now I don't have to worry about it fraying. Okay. So then you're left with that. And see the different texture or the ribbon? It kind of looks really cool that way. Okay, so now we've got that. Now the last thing that we need to do is put some embellishments on there. And these are the sparkle gems that come with this suite. Look how gorgeous that is. And it's got berry burst sequins in there and some blue tones and some iridescent tones. And so I'm just going to come in with my Tombow glue. And you can do, actually let's use the fine tip glue. I love this stuff. Okay, it comes out a lot finer too. And I'm just going to come in and just do like little bitty dots. Making sure that I get the, you know how when you don't use your glue in a while, then it kind of puts a sticky head on the end? Okay. Okay, maybe that's not gonna work today. Let's just do this, it'll work. Okay, so you're just gonna do little bitty dots where you're gonna put your sequins. Okay. And then I came in with my pick-a tool, the putty side, because the putty side will stick to these. And you just come in and you pick up one. See how that just picked that up? And just come in and glue it down. Okay. And just pick them up one at a time and just put them in here. Put them on the glue. Like so. See how it's putting that extra sparkle on there? I think this is really pretty. And in the book, you'll see that they've done a shaker card with this, and it is absolutely beautiful. These are really thin, so you may pick up more than one at a time, and that's fine because they will come off on their own. See, that one just peeled off. Okay. Okay, and then you're left with all these really pretty sparkles. See how that sparkles? I think that's really pretty. Okay, you can put as many on there as you want. And then I came in with our Wink of Stella, which is our glitter pen. And I just kind of went in and just added some glitter to my butterfly. And it's just going to put an iridescent sheen on these wings. Kind of give it some extra shine and glitter. If you want it to completely, the whole entire butterfly be covered, you can do that too. And it'll just give it a nice little glitter image. Okay, so that is what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this card. And I hope you give it a try and the techniques that I showed you. The embossing folder, the hybrid embossing folder that cuts and embosses is really cool. I love it. It's got multiple things it can do. It's become a popular embossing folder for Stampin' Up. But here are the two versions, a brighter version and more of a subdued pastel looking color scheme. And so I love this bundle. Give it a try. If you do like this bundle, it is 10% off if you purchase the stamp set and the dies together, or you can buy the whole suite and get the gems and everything to go with it as well. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I've got another one coming up soon, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day, guys.